Farm Chicks is brought to you by Digicel Foundation and H&L Agro.
We are the Farm Chicks. I'm Debbie Bissoon, and this is my sister,
Becky Bissoon, and we are taking you through the hills and valleys of Jamaica
in search of the most diverse and dynamic farms and their farmers.
We'll show you the lush offerings of our island, from livestock, grown produce, aqua farms, and even the meta farm.
Let's just say the latest technology in farming. If we eat it, we'll show it.
Let's get farming.
So this week, we head to a farm in our home parish of
Clarendon.
Yep, Clarendon, and this show is Farm Chicks, so we had to visit this season a
Chicken
farm
farm?
with chicken, a chicken farm. Yeah, and it also had some other things on the farm like
Goats and teddy bear.
didn't have a teddy bear on the farm.
They had a cow called teddy bear.
Merciful, yes. So we had quite an adventure, and one of the things that was very unique about KB Farms is the fact that the majority of its operations is all automated. And when you talk about technology-based farming, machinery, timing, with very few human interaction.
Or manpower.
Manpower, yeah, you know, this is the farm that represents all of that. It's really technology in farming.
Hey,
How you do?
not bad.
Hello.
Alright, welcome to
James.
KB Ranch.
This place is massive, like
Yeah.
really, really big.
Wow. Well, we are on like 17 and 3/4 acres. So what we do here, we are contract growers for Caribbean boilers, and we have cattle and goats and sheep as well.
Okay. I see you also have some poultry here as well, though.
Yes. So what will happen? The Caribbean boilers give us the chicks and supply us with the feeds. So we grow the chicks, and 6 weeks they come and pick them up.
Oh, okay, okay. So how long have you guys been in operation for?
Well, the poultry is from 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, but the cattle and the goats like 10 years now.
Okay, and who do you supply largely?
The cattle we supply like juicy beef and some local butchers.
Okay. So how long have you been in farming, though?
Well, it's like more than 15 years now.
Okay, so what are you going to show us today, James?
Well, I'm going to show you how the poultry house operated and how the goats, we take care of the goats and the cows and so forth.
All right, well,
Nice.
let's go.
Okay.
Well, you go on, because you're going to take care of
The chicken.
The chicken.
Come here, James.
I'm going to go that way
The
for the
Chicktionary.
goats.
Why have you incorporated technology in your operations here?
Yeah, the reason why is to get the work done more efficiently. So that's the main reason why we incorporate technology.
Welcome, Becky. Welcome to K&B Ranch Tunnel Houses.
All right, thank you so much, Mark. So tell me about the type of chicken that you have now in the tunnel.
We actually have Ras.
And how many days old chickens do we have?
9
in the
days
tunnel
old.
today?
So when entering the tunnel houses, there are some things that you will look out for. For example, you enter the computer room, you'd want to check the computer to see how much fan is actually running inside the house. Basically, the computer can show you like 3 fans running, but when you actually see it with your physical eyes, only 2, because a pulley can wear, a belt can cut. So you normally will visit the computer before you actually enter the chicken house.
All right. Mr. James, tell me about the computer room, how you operate it, the different types of uses of the different stuff that you have run there.
All right. Basically, the computer room control is the brain for the complete house. Everything control. You have a screen, a computer screen. You can see the temperature in the coop. It control the feed lines, the alarm, and basically everything what happens, you just go in the computer room. Fans, the inlet windows, so it control everything. It's the brain.
Tell me how much gallon of water do you guys use per day to allow, you know, the chickens to
Well, we
have?
don't really have a specific amount because it's based on the day.
Okay.
So if you have a humid day, they would consume more feed than water, because at this stage of growth, they cannot regulate their body temperature that much. Yes.
And what type of feed do they
Starter
use now?
feed.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have a three program feed now, currently now.
Okay.
You would have starter, you would have grower, and you would have finisher. But in a normal situation, you would have the starter, the grower, the finisher, and the withdrawal.
Okay. So
So
the
now we are-
starter would be for this stage, and the
Yes.
grower would be
Yes, so for this stage now, you would have starter up to day 12,
Okay.
day 13. Then you would start grower from day 12 to day 24. And then from day 24 to day 28, day 30, you would actually use finisher.
Gotcha.
And then
They would
from
be on finisher until...
No, and then because you at that stage maybe you're running a 4-feed program. So at day 30 now you would actually give them withdrawal feed to harvesting.
So what was very interesting was once they are at the mature stage and they start to feed, there's a little pan there that they have that when they pick it, it automatically allows for the feeding to come down. So it's almost like, you know, like when your old-time telephone,
Yes,
the old-time telephone, when you turn it and then it spin and then the feed
Old-time telephone,
Yeah.
somebody fresh still in our 20s. She said
Yeah,
old-time
telephone
in our
and
20s.
spin it. It's like it comes so like I get the number, the feeding, when the chicken pick it and it goes.
Each week you would weigh the birds them each week. Do a sampling
So
of
you
the
weigh,
house.
you lift them up and you weigh
Yeah
them?
man, sampling, a sample weight of the house. So what you would do, you would normally weigh like 40 chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just weigh 40 and then estimate.
Yes, estimate the rest of
Gotcha.
the flock, yeah. So at week 1 you would look for like 150 to 180 gram. Week 2, 360 to 400 gram. Week 3, 950 to 1,000 gram. Yeah, that's how it is.
Alright, so how do we know that the chicken is healthy and they're doing well and them alright and chilling the coop?
Yes, you would normally come in and you would observe for the birds them. You would want some to be eating, some will be drinking, and some will resting.
Some
so
will be
it-
sleeping.
Yes. So yes. So you would call that like pecking order.
Okay. How do we know the gender difference in chicken? Because growing up, my dad used to raise chicken and I don't know, but just think said you have one gender chicken, you have just female or whatever. How do you know the difference in gender?
Well, you can use the feather to know. Their
So
feather.
show me a male chicken and show me a female chicken.
For example, you would look at like the birds here. And you have like the primary feather.
Oh, so these are the primary feathers?
And these are the secondary feather.
Okay.
So once the primary feather is higher than the secondary feather, he's a male.
Oh, so this is a male chicken?
Yeah.
Okay, so show me a female now. Like, this is a female?
Yeah. You see that?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Missy. And can these, we call them white fowl growing up, can these chicken lay?
Yes.
Farm Chicks will be right back.
Digicel, connect with Brata, Theater Kia. Enjoy all your favorite apps and more on Jamaica's fastest network. Activate the Prime Brata bundle for as low as $175 by dialing *147 number sign from your Digicel phone or in the My Digicel app. Connect.
All right, connect with Brata. Digicel Prime Brata. Theater Kia. Done.
Welcome back to Farm Chicks.
It was really interesting how little manpower the chickens really need.
But them chicken live a luxury life though, not fan of AC.
Exactly, because when they're small, they have like a heater that keeps them warm. And when they're like going 4 weeks, going into 6 weeks, when they're maturing, they have air condition. How do you go about cleaning the tunnel on a day-to-day basis?
Well, normally what we do would normally like rake the litters. That's the most would do, and normally clean the sensors. Them have the sensors at a height so the birds cannot pick on it.
Right.
Remember, if the bird pick on it, it can cause problems.
Oh, and it might damage the sensor.
Not yeah, might be, but it would give you a nuisance alarm.
Okay.
Yes, because remember, if you hang to the body heat of the birds, it will actually give a nuisance alarm. The house
So
will alarm.
even if we touch it, it might change
Not
it?
no.
Gotcha.
Just like you see me come inside there, you hear the house was alarming,
Right.
alarming because it's a nuisance alarm.
Fun facts about chickens. Chickens are actually omnivores, meaning
Yeah.
they aren't plant-based alone.
So
They
they're not
actually eat,
herbivores.
yeah, they actually eat worms, insects, sometimes lizards. The lizard part is like a.
Yeah, okay, cool. Chicken, they have great memory and they can remember up to 100 faces. So I wanted to like know each other and just know say, so what you name Fred?
They have a strong sense of color. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like they can see color well?
Yeah.
What? And if you didn't know by now, chicken is the national meat of Jamaica. If you think I like, DM me.
Sir James, there has been some shortage of poultry in Jamaica. Now, if we start to import poultry, how do you think that it would affect the local market?
Well, I think it's gonna be a big, gonna create a big impact because the local market now, they're gonna feel it because the whenever they import, it's gonna come in at a less cost. So our two company, maybe they're gonna have a lot of inventory on them, and now we gonna get a big hit because we're gonna get less flock per year because they're gonna stretch it out.
Right.
So I think it's gonna affect us.
What would you change about the agriculture industry?
Well, what I would change, I would try to get more young minds into the agriculture industry and more stiffer penalties and predating. You know, when you catch someone, because the penalties are like 6 months and so.
In prison?
In prison, so you need stiffer penalties.
We caught up with the Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Colonel Charles Jr., who spoke about this concern and more.
So, the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries is perhaps the greatest opportunity to grow Jamaica in a sustainable way, to provide opportunities for our youth to become their, business owners, to become, innovators, to have economic independence. Another focus will be research and development, so that we can give you the best seedlings and give you the advice for the best way to treat soil, so you get the best yield. The more money you make, the more people you can employ, the better it is for the country. Thirdly, another big focus, and this is not to leave out anything else, but predator larceny. It's devastating, perhaps the greatest barrier to young people getting into farming, because they see the news. I mean, you see the carcass on the ground, the farmer crying, you hear all the stories, and you say, no, I don't want to try that. No way.
Are there any considerations for stronger penalties?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I've already written to my senior counsel in the ministry. I've already met with security specialists. I've reached out to friends that I have across the jurisdictions. Because remember now, I served in the Ministry of National Security, worked on predator larceny there. And so we are looking to find the best solutions and the mixture, not just technology, but as simple as, trying to put more focus on organizing farmers, on creating the farm watch associations and groups, on giving them the support to be able to cooperate with each other, whatever that may be. So I'm making a call. And I use this platform to make a call to any individual or group, locally, internationally, that is interested in the investment or has the solutions, whether it is tagging, whatever solutions. I'm all ears, because I've made a very bold statement in my first, I think it will be formal presentation as minister, that I am coming for the predator larcenist, and that I intend to work with the police, to work with the communities, to catch them and to lock them up. So let me make it very clear. Like any minister, like any citizen, our goal must be for Jamaica to be able to be self-sufficient. Other countries are. So this is not something that is far-fetched. Self-sufficiency would mean there's no need to import. Not that you can't. If you want, then the variety is there, import. But there's no need. We're not importing to fill a gap. We're importing to provide for persons who may want variety. So I'm not against importation, but I am for boosting local capacity to provide everything that Jamaica needs. However, we're not there yet. And as a Minister of Agriculture, you know, I have a responsibility to the small farmer, to the large farmer, and you know who else? The consumer. If the prices get out of reach, so much so that consumers are unable to have access to this most important protein, we would have done a severe injustice to the entire country. That's not what the agriculture sector wants. To protect a business for all to suffer is not what I would support. Now I know that there is a potential impact on small farmers who have invested in their breeding and rearing and would want a market. I would never leave them out on a limb.
Farm Chicks will be right back.
Digicel, connect with Brata, Theatre Kian. Enjoy all your favorite apps and more on Jamaica's fastest network. Activate the Prime Brata bundle for as low as $175 by dialing *147 from your Digicel phone or in the My Digicel app.
Connect! Alright, connect with Brata. Digicel Prime Brata. Theatre Kian. Done.
Welcome back to Farm Chicks.
One of the most interesting and exciting things on KB Farms was the presence of the reigning bull. His name was Teddy Bear, right? And if you look at him, don't like come across as a teddy bear.
He really look like a teddy bear.
But in terms of his presence, yeah, his presence was felt for sure. So he's one of two of the bulls on KB Farms, and they are used to actually populate
the farm with more cow.
With more
Cattles.
Right. Right? Exactly. But they had to split them up because, as you know, two bulls can't rule in a pen, right? But Teddy Bear, I mean, even though, yes, he is very aggressive at his work, you know, he was quite friendly.
I must tell you that no action down there.
No, but he was quite friendly though. Think
he was friendly to you.
He was friendly. I went over there and I got to feed him.
She and Teddy are friends.
He's a show cow. So they've used Teddy Bear at Denby Showground to win competitions and such. And yeah, Teddy Bear nice and friendly. After we finished talking to Teddy Bear, it was time for us to visit the goats. So Mark, we're in the holding area inside the goat pen and I'm looking at a whole heap of female goat, man goat, kitty, all kind of something. So what kind of goats are inside this pen?
We have a mixture of animals here. We have goat, we have boar mixed with Nubian as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So Mark, tell me how we can know which goat is which.
Normally we have boar and we have Nubian. So normally boar would be like brown and white in color.
Okay.
Yes, and the Nubian will have a longer ears than the boar. Because the boar is mostly muscular for meat, while the Nubian would be for milk production.
Oh.
So you will have a taller legs.
So what happens, okay, you know you have two varieties inside the same pen. What happens when the two of them cross part and, you know, cross pollinate and, yeah, well, okay, not pollinate, but
yeah, when you cross them,
when you cross them and them do them things, and you know, like, do they get like a new breed of goats?
They multiply.
Yeah, you would have a basically what we did, we mixed them based on the fact that the boar is for meat and the Nubian is for milk.
Okay.
So, for example, the boar wouldn't have as much milk to feed the kid. So once we cross them, you would have like the kid would be muscular, but the mother would have more milk.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So how long would it take for a goat to become fully mature? Like, how long it would take them?
Well, it all depends. Like I would say 2 years, 1 year old, 2 years old.
Okay. And at what age are they good for selling or to
6
sell?
months.
6 months?
Yes. For a person who would want it to like rear, you would sell them like 6 months and they would continue.
And how big would that be?
Like weighing like 90 pounds, 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like at what size would they be ready for a butcher shop?
Well, maybe based on how you would feed them up. For example, like the ram goats, you would feed them up because you would have them like on a feedlot. If you go upstairs, you would actually see that taking place. So normally we would practice zero grazing on the rams.
Okay.
Yes, so we would bring all the food to them.
And
So why would you want them more up and down though?
No, because remember, if you have animals and feedlot, you would want them to exercise, they would lose weight. So have them in the holding area to move one place, you gain as much weight that you would want.
Oh, so you want to fatten up the ram.
Yeah.
So in the event that you have inbreeding, what happens then?
In breeding, you would have premature kid,
Okay.
and you would have less growth rate.
That's why incest is not suggested.
so would they have any form of deficiency?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right, well, Mark, can we go up there the goat pen? We can look on the place and look at the goats. How you call goat, Mark?
So fun facts about goats. Now, goats are one of the first animals to be tamed by a human, and Debbie is an expert in taming goat.
Okay, so backstory. So when we were growing up in Clarendon, we had a goat farm,
I never had a goat.
Right? So my daddy had a goat farm with over 100 goats. She never come see this. But I had 2 goats. One
Goat
was
tamer.
Blacker and one was Bello from the popular Black and Bello comedy show. And when I called them, they used to come, and I used to ride on this other goat we call Washi, on the back of Washi, to the bush and then back from the bush.
I never experienced
We don't have any photos because at this time cell phones were not a thing at all, and we don't have no videos because we're not on a video on farm. And if you never know yet, because curry goat are food thing, goat is the most consumed meat per capita, meaning all around the world. That is all around the world, right? And we call it mutton, we call it veal for the younger goats. And we know in Jamaica, nothing like nice like curry gravy. Curry goat gravy by a piece of fried chicken where you add your box food. Yeah, a piece of meat that's jump up on the box food, you know what I mean? Because you always say,
Like the
give
chef
me the curry
mistakenly
they don't
drop
mistakenly. But you ask
piece
them
of the goat.
sometime, right? Just drop piece of the curry goat on the rice, please, on the fried chicken. Final fun fact, each kid has a unique call and also a unique smell that they have from birth. And that is how the mother goat recognizes her kid. Because as you know, in a goat pen, you have a whole heap of goat. So you wonder, how the mother gonna know which kid of fear own. She go around and smell them, and she know the smell of her child. Like how we mothers, we know the smell of our children. Them can't last. But the goat sound now is what take me out. Come here, so what do you mean by unique call? Like
have a specific mane.
like every goat have a specific name?
The goat have a specific mane.
So hold
one
on.
made that. So if your mother have 2 kids, each one of the kids have a different mane.
What is it about goat farming that you enjoy?
I would say I love animal just in general for me. Yeah, I just love animal in general. So I would prefer to do livestock more than dead stock farming. Yes, because I actually learn from the animal by just seeing the animal.
This was really good. Lot of information. A little entertaining too.
Nice to have you guys.
Yeah.
Hope to see you again.
Yes, and
You
thanks.
shall.
Exactly. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having the Farm Chicks on KB Ranch Limited.
Okay, you're most welcome.
Yes, and until next time, guys, we are the Not James. We are the Farm Chicks. Let's go.
Farm Chicks was brought to you by Digicel Foundation and H&L Agro.